Welcome, my name is Nicole, and today we have a nice evening flow. You can do it anytime, but specifically kind of designed to kind of stay a little bit closer to earth, draw your energy down, not be quite so energetic, so not a lot of sun salutations. Yeah, so if that sounds like your cup of tea, please join me seated. And maybe you like to sit up on a bolster or on a block. Give a little height to your hips. Just find a comfortable place. Maybe sway side to side and get a little more length in your spine. And then take a deep breath in through your nose and out. And then close the eyes down if that calls to you. And another breath in through the nose and out. And just take several moments here, focusing in on your breath, the sensations that you feel as the breath enters in the nose and out on the exhale. And if you'd like to set an intention for the class, bring your hands in prayer at the heart center, press the palms together, and maybe just think of a word that calls to you, anything you'd like to see more of in your life. And balance, I'm always working on balance. And then go ahead and release the hands down. And let's just inhale the arms up overhead and down. 2 more times. Inhaling all the way up, stretching out through the fingertips. And down. And last time, inhale. And down. And we're going to go ahead and move on to all fours. So, we're going to have our wrists under our shoulders, knees under our hips, and go ahead and move through some seat or some cat-cow here. So I'm pressing down firmly with my hands, rolling my shoulders onto my back, broadening my collarbones, tailbone lifted. This is our cow here. And then pull in through the core, drop the head, accentuate the curve behind the heart. And then just go ahead and move back and forth. 7 rounds at your own pace, your own breath. And then maybe you want to try a little more of a dynamic cat-cow here and bring a little bit more fluid movement. Maybe you want to roll your shoulders or, point in opposing directions. Just wiggle around here, move your spine, see if you can make it feel good. Don't focus so much on right or wrong, but on how it feels in your body. And then left hand firmly down, raise your right hand to the sky, and we're gonna thread through twist, dropping the shoulder head to the mat, rolling open through the upper body. And breathing. And then go ahead and unthread. And we're gonna switch sides. So raise the left hand now. Look up. Thread through. Drop the shoulder, the head. And then you can use your right hand to just gently help roll your upper body open. And breathe here. And go ahead and come undone. Get back in a neutral spine here. And extend one leg back into plank. And then the other leg back into plank. And pause here. You can always lower the knees if you like. You're rolling those shoulders up and back. And then from here, you can step the right foot through, or maybe drop the left knee and then just bring the right foot through that way. Well, there's always options. And so coming into a lizard pose here. So maybe scoochie your right foot off a little more towards the outside of your mat. And then hands here, or you can be up higher on blocks if it's super sensational in the hips. So you could be up high, or you can come down lower, or you can come down even more. So just find a good place that's not so intense that you're like gripping, but that you cannot be, that's not so easy that you're like, oh, I don't feel anything. Want the right amount, the right edge. And sometimes it just takes a while to learn that for ourselves, especially when we're doing things maybe that we have never asked our body to do before. So just breathe here, and then if your back knee is lowered on the earth, press out through your back heel and lift. So it's a little more energetic now. And then lower once more. We're gonna kick the back foot into your bum, reach around with your right hand, grab for your inner sole. And you can stay high, or there's this option to come lower once more. Keep breathing. And then go ahead and release that back foot. Re-straighten, re-square, and then press through your front heel to shift your hip back to half splits here. So your back knee is under your hip. Front heels pressing down firmly, and then to engage your hamstrings, press down through that heel, and like you're gonna kick yourself in the butt, like you're drawing, but don't lift your foot off of there. You should feel a little more engagement on the underside of your legs. And then this glute, we keep drawing it back so that hopefully our hips, our pelvis are in line, level. blocks on either side can be helpful too if you're finding balance or it's too sensational. You can always bend that knee as much as you need to work on. Just to work on wherever you're at. And then we're gonna shift forward, lift the back knee, coming into a low lunge. And then step that foot back to plank, lowering the knees, rolling the shoulders up and back. Lower slowly all the way down. Elbows under shoulders. Pressing down strongly with my forearms. Broadening my collarbones. And just breathing here. Sphinx. You can draw little figure eights with your nose and gently working the neck. Trying to relax your pelvis, thighs. And then go ahead and release all the way down and rest your forehead on your hands. And let's take 3 deep belly breaths. So breathing in, feel your belly expand into the earth. And on the exhale, sigh it out the mouth with an audible inhale. One more deep belly breath. And beautiful. And then bring your hands, wrists under your shoulders, and prepare for a little fluid cobra here. So just roll one shoulder, roll the other shoulder, roll one, and then begin to roll and kind of come up some. Nothing dramatic. And then roll down, up. Not really, I can almost take my hands off, so I'm not really cranking a whole bunch. It's a gentle, just, and if you don't like that, then just stick with the, our normal cobra, baby cobra. Okay, and then go ahead and press back. Spread the knees and toes touch, and bring your hips back towards your feet for a child's pose. And if your forehead doesn't come comfortably to the earth, then a block there is nice too. And just take some breaths here now. Inhaling, expanding, and exhale. Imagining your tailbone sinking a little bit closer to the earth. And then inhale, come back onto all fours. And go ahead and prepare now to step your left foot through between your hands. And then extend out through your back heel, lifting the knee off. Maybe scooching your left foot out more towards the outside edge of your mat. Use blocks under your hands here if that you feel like that's helpful. You want to come down on your forearms. Just keep breathing. Now drop that back knee and kick your back foot in, reach around for the foot, and if that's not accessible, you could lasso your foot with a strap or a belt. Stay here, stay up higher, come down lower. And wherever you are, you're gonna have your either your wrist under your shoulder, elbow, hands bright and active, and then from here, kick your foot in your hand or the belt, cover your little resistance to help roll open. And then go ahead and release. Pivot back around. Press through your front heel to begin to pull your left hip back into half splits. You're gonna have the blocks here on either side. Pull length into your spine, get long chin lifts. And then from there, go ahead and fold over. And then inhale, come through, step back into plank, lower your knees, and then lower all the way down. Baby cobra, no arms. Take another breath, and then exhale, pressing back into child's pose. On the exhale, inhaling, coming through, lowering down. Exhale, inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, pressing back to child's pose. 2 more times like that. Inhaling, coming forward, exhaling, dropping, inhaling, baby cobra, exhale, child's pose. Last time, inhale, come forward, exhale, drop down, inhale, baby cobra, exhale, child's pose. From here, reach your hands out to the right, little side stretch. Back through center and off the other way. And back through center and on all fours once more. Go ahead and prepare now to step that right foot through. And then lift the knee for just a second, really engaged. And then go ahead and lower that back knee. You can leave the toes curled under or have the foot flat. Engage those legs. Come up. And then inhale the arms up, overhead. Really extending out through your fingertips. Maybe arcing back some. And then come back forward. Hands on either side of the foot here. And we're gonna prepare for a little transition. So pivot your left foot in. And then we're gonna extend out through that right foot. And our torso is facing the long edge of our mat. And then go ahead and inhale down that extended leg and up and over with that left hand. Breathe. And then inhale, come up and go off the other way. And then back to center, hands at hips. And then we're gonna flatten that foot out now and just exhale down, squeeze back up, exhale down. Beautiful. Come pivot your back heel. Come back to a little lunge here. Lifting the knee. And we're gonna pivot. So we're gonna do the same sequence at the other edge of our mat. But we're gonna pause, pivoting at the middle of our mat. Toes pointing towards the long edge. Engage your legs. Pull up through your heels, lighten up your hamstrings. Tilt your pelvis and forward fold, either with blocks, the floor, in between your feet, or hook your big toes. Deep breathing. This is a beautiful way to get an inversion. If you don't do headstand, handstands, it's just a great way to drop the heart and the gravity. Do some work. And then release, inhale, halfway look up. And now turn towards the back edge of your mat. So our left foot's in front. Drop that back knee. And then inhale, squeeze your legs, come on up. And then inhale your fingertips up overhead. You can have hands apart or palms touching, and then sink through your hips. Maybe if you feel you have stability here, arcing backwards. And then go ahead and come on out. And come down over your front foot. And we're gonna pivot our right heel in and extend out through that left heel, or you can keep it flat, or however. Torso facing the long edge of our mat. And then reach that left hand down, your extended leg up and over that right hand. And you can always look down or up. How does your neck feel? How's your balance? And I'll come up, drop that right hand, and reach out and over. Or maybe just stay up high. And then now place that left foot flat so we can dip and come up. And then always pad this knee or any knee when we're on our knees if you're sensitive. Exhaling down, coming back. And then knees together, and we're gonna prepare. We'll go ahead and face, well, whatever way, but I'm gonna do this for instruction wise. You want probably the long edge of your mat. We're gonna prepare to come into frog and give you lots of variations here. So for half frog, you'll lay flat and then just bring one leg up. So my right leg's fully extended, and I'm just bringing my left knee up at about the square 90 angle here. And then I return my torso so that and then I just focus on breathing into my pelvis and seeing if I can just bring a little more ease there and continually like asking this hip to sink deeper into the floor. That's what we're stretching here. So, and half frog I think is quite lovely. And then full frog is both sides. So maybe you just come back up, and then the feet are flexed, coming at this angle here, and then you just start to scooch them out, and then you come forward. I'm not coming forward off of, I'm keeping the angle and then dropping from there. Otherwise you'll know if you're like, oh, I'm not feeling anything, this feels great, and you're probably doing it wrong. Or you're just very open. I don't mean to say it. There's such a wide audience. So eventually you'll come flat on the floor, right? This space will disappear. Just breathe, it's sensational. Okay, so we're gonna begin to come out gently, using your arms to take the weight off of your knees and your hips. Lessen the load here. Just come back, shifting back into Yogi's squat here. So roll up something for your heels if they're lifted like this. Otherwise, find your Yogi squat here. Elbows and knees press against each other to help me open and lift. Lengthen my spine and broaden my collarbones. Another way to work this would be to just come at it from a wall. So if you feel unsteady, you're using a wall space to come down. and then come back up. And then just begin to build strength in your legs and the flexibility in your ankles and your hips, as well as you could always have a or just work it sitting, so it's not so intense, but you could still work this. Okay, lots of options there. Come on out. And we're gonna go ahead, come on to seated. Hips, go ahead and let them fall off to the left. Reach out with your right hand and up and over with your left. I don't know if you can hear him, but I have a cat making a huge fuss at the door. And now come on up. This right foot, bring it around your left knee. And then either extend that left leg out, if that's more comfortable for you. Sit on your sitting bones evenly. Right hand behind you. Inhale, left hand to the sky. And hook, twist, clasp, twist, however you want to do it. Or if you know any other variation, I'm more than welcome. And breathe and think tall on the inhale. And exhale. Twist a little deeper. No cranking though, it's more of a thought. All right, head back to center. The rest of you come undone. And now drop your knees off to the right. And then reach that left hand over and up and over with your right hand. You look up or down. Just breathe. And then inhale, come back up. And now draw the left foot around your right knee and extend that right leg out if you'd like, or keep that foot tucked in. Sit evenly. Left hand behind you. Inhale, reach that right hand high, and then twist, hook, and re-straighten. Or just clasp the knee, look over the left shoulder. And turn your head back to center, and the rest of you come undone. And then bring your hands to your feet. Knees are bent a whole bunch. Rest your torso on your thighs. And then come forward as much as you can, maintain the contact with your thighs. And then make the importance in keeping a nice, long, low back. Chin lifts. And then when you come to your place of comfort or like easeful discomfort, then you can go ahead and drop the head, but don't sacrifice the length in the low back. And then core engaged, sit back up, and then bring your feet in, soles touch, press them together firmly, and then draw energetically that from the, so you're pressing your feet together and then you're drawing into your midline so that all those things activate different parts of your leg, and you can experiment with that. Just try to keep it active. And the same thing here with the low back. Lift, get long, chin lifts, and then come forward, but only as far as you can maintain like a long, low back. Or you can wave and drop the head, and then inhaling, coming up, chin lifts, hold, and drop the head. Doesn't have to be perfect. Maybe it just might help take some of the rigidity out of the pose. And now lean back, knees together to come out. And then from here, extend out strongly through your heels for a little wide angle forward fold. Toes pointed straight up, heels pressed down, strongly into the earth, pulling into the midline. Activate your hamstrings, and then stay here, or fold out as much as you're comfortable, but keep activation in the legs, keep it strong. Breathe. And to come out, we're going to lean back, hands under the knees, just be gentle. And we're going to prepare now to lie down onto our backs. And from here, settle in, take a moment, and then with your fingertips and your heels, so you can about touch your heels. And we're going to prepare for a bridge. So lift the hips up and either clasp under the low back, roll the shoulders under, or grip the outside edges of your mat. And then like you're ripping the mat apart, use that to help expand and broaden your chest. Or pressing the back of the head firmly. And then just take a moment, make sure your glutes are engaged. Lift your toes and then press down through your feet. Press down and away. And that'll help lift up through your chest. And then you can lower your toes, but keep that engagement. Keep breathing. And if you want to widen your feet just a little bit, maybe you want to experiment with moving your hips around. Inhale, rising and falling, and sort of a dynamic bridge here. Just playing with some movements. Maybe making circles with the hips. And then pause back in center. And then release the hands. Lower down vertebrae by vertebrae. Or just slowly. Maybe knock the knees in. Take a few breaths. Now extend your left leg long along the earth. Draw your right knee into your right armpit. Pause. And draw your knee to your left armpit. Pause here. And breathe. Now hook your toes in your knee crease and just continue to draw your right knee gently over, and then maybe reach your right hand out and look to the right. And breathe, relax. And come back to center. Knees up. Now extend the right leg out along the earth. And draw your left knee into your left armpit and pause and breathe here. And then begin to come towards your right armpit with your knee and pause. And then hook your toes and your knee crease and draw your knee across even more. And maybe reach to the left with your left hand, look to the left. It's coming into complete relaxation now. Grounding. Just a few more poses before Savasana. And then knees back to center. And you make them come as wide as the mat, your feet. Cactus your arms and just tick-tock your knees one way. And then the other. And just back and forth. And then draw the knees in, reach for the outside edges of your feet, and draw your knees down towards the outside of your torso. Happy baby. Try to relax your whole back body, head onto the earth. Roll around only if it feels nice. And then hug yourself into a little ball. Squeeze your muscles tight, tight, tight. Hold your breath. When you cannot hold it any longer, release out into Savasana. So the feet roll out, palms turn up. Shoulders gently roll under. And you can take any variation that calls to you. Maybe you want something under your knees. Maybe you prefer your knees knocked in or just sitting. Please find your Savasana shape. And take a deep breath in. Feel your belly expand. And sidle out the mouth. And let go of any breathing or thought to the breath. And just let yourself be heavy. Know that you're supported and calm. And feelings arise or sensations. Send breath there. Use this time to just drop out. Integrate. And we'll be here to guide you out in a few minutes. If you'd like to come out and bring a small movement back to your body, or stay in Shavasana as long as you'd like. And roll to your right side and take a deep breath in. And then use your hands to push yourself back to a seated position. Thank you for practicing with me. I hope you have a beautiful day. The light within me sees and recognizes the light within you.